agronomist Mary from Agri Consultation Farm and Agrovet. Today I am introducing our new farmer who is Dennis Oyala from Rumuruti, Laikipia County. So Dennis, how do you do your farming? We start from land preparation.
Okay, first this is our land preparation. And we have prepared this land we want to plant. Normally when we are preparing the land, we look at the slope of water because we are using furrow irrigation. That's why you see we have prepared our land. For this land, we plow across the contour so that when we are doing furrow irrigation, we use this one as the water runway. So first of all, before you do anything in farming, what you're supposed to do is land preparation. And when you do land preparation, proper land preparation also bring good results. Now this is our land. We have prepared it. This one is ready for planting. We have prepared these columns at we normally measure like 3 feet.
Yeah.
I think you in layman's language you just use your leg like 1, 2, 3. Then approximately this one will hold like 7 to 6 plants, depending on the type of crop or the type of plant you want to do. For us here, we have prepared this to do hoho. We call it capsicum. So for irrigation, as I said, it's furrow. What we normally do, for example, we choose one line here, that will be our main water runway.
Yes.
Then from the main source, either the pipe will just run from the main source, then into that water runway. Then whoever is doing irrigation will use that line to do irrigation. For example, when the water is running from this, you just, for example, here, we prevent the water from going the other side, then the water will follow the runway. Now he just opens the jembe, then when the water enters, he goes next like that. That's how we do our irrigation.
So how deep is your land?
It's not that deep, but just the way it is. Then what we do, where we at the main source, you prepare something like you put something like a sack, so that when the pressure of water does not do what we call how do we call it? It does not make holes in to prevent soil erosion. You can put something like a sack so that water falls from the sack really. Yes.
So Mr. Dennis,
Yes.
I've seen your land, you've already made your bed.
Yes.
So the next thing you're going to do is planting.
Before planting,
Yeah.
we need to do irrigation. As you see, the weather is very dry.
Yeah.
The climate is very dry. So what we do irrigation overnight to avoid evaporation during the night, because during the day the rate of evaporation is very high. So what we normally do irrigation overnight. Then the following day we do the planting.
Yeah, to avoid the evaporation.
Yes.
That's why you do the planting.
Yes.
So anything you're going to do with these hard parts, or just going to leave them?
No, what we do, we just get some men to open up the furrow little by little a bit. But when you do the irrigation, these plants will just, when they absorb water, they break themselves. And when you do the first weeding, then you make the food fine.
Mr. Dennis, can you tell us the type of the soil in your land?
Okay, we have different types of soil. For example, this one is clay loamy. The other farm over there, it's loamy. No, now it is different. I cannot say that it is specific. Like at this point we have loam soil. At this point we have clay loam. But mostly it's clay loamy soil.
Have you introduced any kind of manure, or you just going to use starter fertilizers while planting?
While planting, because the crop that I'm planting is not that a heavy feeder, I just use normal fertilizer. I will not use manure to use the plant.
That is
DAP and those other fertilizers.
Now we have done our land preparation. Now we are proceeding to planting. Mr. Dennis, will you take us to where you have done planting?
Yes.
Maybe where you have a young crop.
Okay, we have a young crop over there. The tomato that we do just not really 1 hectare. We petition these blocks into, how do we call it, hectare? This is 0.5.
0.5.
The other one is also 0.5. The other one is also, mostly they are 0.5, 0.8, 0.5, 0.5. Tomato. This is tomato plant.
Yes.
It's 1 week old.
1 week old.
Yes, it is a DRD variety.
Yeah.
Okay, with the tomatoes,
Yes.
we plant at different spacing depending on the variety.
Yes.
Because the variety,
Yes.
the spacing will determine the size of the fruits.
So, do you have your own nursery or you buying the seedlings?
No, we don't buy the seedlings.
Yes.
You buy the seeds from the Agri
Yes.
or from the known source company.
Yes.
Like we have the company DRD.
Yes.
It's a seed from a company that
Yes.
processes that seed. Then we take it to different places for propagation. We have Plantech in Naivasha. We
Yes.
have AAA.
Yes.
Then we have another good guy here called John. So it's your preference as a farmer where you're given good services, where you see your seedlings. You see, when the seedling is of vigor, then you see it will not disturb you during
Okay,
germination.
Mr. Dennis,
Yes.
how long does your crop take in the nursery, your seeds take in the nursery?
Just 1 month.
1 month.
1 month, that seed or that seedling is good for transplanting.
For transplanting?
Yes.
So can you explain for us about your spacing?
Yes.
During
During transplanting, as I was explaining,
Yes.
for tomatoes, you see, we sell them on the local market.
Yes.
And you see, every variety,
Yes.
when you plant plants together, they will fight for nutrients.
Yes.
And you'll find if they fight for nutrients,
Yes.
the fruit will not be that big.
Exactly.
But when you plant crops far apart, they will enjoy and they will produce large fruits.
Exactly.
For example, like Stakaya, there is another variety called Stakaya.
Yes.
We plant it at a spacing of 40 to 45 centimeters.
40 to 45 centimeters.
Yes, because the fruits, they're supposed to be large
Yes.
to suit the market.
Exactly.
But for DRD,
Yes.
when you plant at 40 to 45 centimeters, the fruits will be big. Then nobody on the market will want to get it.
Like that.
So what we do, we reduce that spacing either to 35
35
to 40.
centimeters to 40.
Yes.
So this is either 35 or 40.
35 or 40,
Yes.
but mostly 35.
Mostly 35.
Mostly 35.
Standard is for 35.
That is for DRD.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
Then when you plant at that 35, you make sure you have like 7 or 8 plants.
7 or 8 plants.
Yes. And also the spacing
Yes.
will help you to get the number of plants.
Yes.
The number of plants in one row. Then
Yes.
this one. There is also when we are doing the support of the tomatoes.
Yes.
We use the mamas just to support the crop.
The crop. Yes.
And you see, when you put them at when you increase this number of tomatoes of plants in one row,
Yes.
when it comes to when you are doing what, when you are doing the support,
Yes.
it will cost you, because this one line, one mama will charge you 10 shillings.
Yes.
But when the number of tomatoes are many,
Yes.
then he will charge you 15 shillings.
15 shillings.
Yes, that is per line.
Alright.
Now when you see, when you have more, they will charge you a high price. So we reduce that spacing then to get that number of plants then also for that.
Any other advantage of the spacing apart from the mama thing and the fruit? Yes. Any other?
The competition, there is the what competition. You will not find that this plant will fight for nutrients. Then another thing,
Yes.
you will attain medium fruits that will suit your market. The fruits are not that large,
Yes.
and the fruits are not small.
So, Mr. Dennis, what starter fertilizer do you use during planting?
You see, we have different companies that supply different starters. But for us,
During planting?
during planting, you don't plant without fertilizer. You just plant without fertilizer. Not yet. For instance, look at Solanacea. Solanacea families are very delicate and they are very sensitive. For instance, what we normally do, because we cannot control those who are planting with the fertilizer,
Yes.
what we normally do, we plant.
Yes.
Then after 1 week,
Yes.
when the crop has already established,
Yes.
you only do some foliar sprays.
Yes.
Some foliar sprays. Then after 1 week,
Yes.
you apply the first
The first
fertilizer.
DAP after
Yes.
1 week.
After 1 week.
The first fertilizer is DAP.
The first fertilizer is DAP.
So how many kgs do you apply per hectare?
Okay, instantly we normally say 5 bags per hectare.
5 bags. That is 250.
250. But that is the standard. But depending on the land and you see the vigor of the crop, because DAP is like the first thing for the baby. Now you need to introduce something good. So we normally increase. We can also put like 400 kg. Yeah. It depends with the farmer. It depends with the farmer.
I thought the standard required for DAP per hectare is 400 kgs per hectare.
Yeah. That's what.
the right.
Yes.
That's the standard one. Okay, for tomatoes only.
Yes,
Don't
for tomatoes, that's what we normally do, because then it depends. As I have said earlier, like the variety of Stakaya is a heavy feeder,
Yeah.
so you will add more.
You will add
You
more.
will add more. But for this one, the RD one,
Yeah.
not really much.
It doesn't need
It
so
doesn't
much.
need so much.
Mr. Dennis, I can see some weeds.
Yes.
Small weeds on your crop. So when do you start your first weeding?
My first weeding, I only do. You see what after application of DAP.
After the first application, that is
After the
1
first
week.
application, that is after 1 week, I will keep that crop 1 week.
So what do you use? Do you use chemicals or do you use
No.
you do
No.
it? You use
Okay, we have selective chemicals for the crop,
Yes.
but they really affect the crop.
Yeah.
It really affects the production. Like it interferes with the crop.
So you don't
We
use
don't use.
herbicide.
You can use herbicide at a later stage, but at this early stage, you just do weeding. Then the weeding, you normally do the weeding. Yeah, okay, I normally see people say that like kunyonga nyanya. That's the common language they normally use here. You don't just weed. For example, after 1 week, this crop, this tomato,
Yes.
after EAP fertilization, after application of
application,
EAP
yes.
application,
Yes.
you get it at this stage.
Yes.
At this stage, let us say at this stage. So what you're supposed to do,
Yes.
you make sure when you are weeding, you add the soil until up to the neck,
Yes.
so that it helps the crop to establish.
Okay.
After establishing, then it starts to do what is known as to produce suckers.
Yes.
That's what we normally do during weeding.
Mr. Dennis, can
Yes.
you explain to our farmers
Yes.
how you apply your DAP? Do you apply it here or maybe some centimeters
No,
from the
what
crop?
we do, we normally do side placing.
Yes.
Just like
The side band.
aside, just like 15 centimeters or 10 to 15 centimeters
From the
because
crop.
from the crop, because
Yes.
as I've said earlier,
Yes.
the Solanacea families, they are very delicate.
Yes.
When you apply the fertilizer
Yes.
near the plant,
Yes.
it will wilt the plant. So you just apply like 10 to 15 centimeters
Yes.
side, then you mix the fertilizer with the soil.
Okay, Mr. Dennis, thank you for that. Maybe we can now proceed to the next crop. I don't know the stage of the crop, maybe.
The stage of my crop is also this side.
Yes, it's a different crop.
But a different crop.
So is the spacing of capsicum different from the tomatoes?
Yes, because with the capsicum, you don't do support.
Yes.
With the capsicum, there is no support, so there is no cost for you want to save like cost or to save like the size of the fruit.
Yes.
No, with the capsicum,
Yes.
you just plant the standard. Okay, for our capsicum, it is local, it's not hybrid. So that's why you see we try to give it at least a slight so that it can produce those large fruits.
Okay.
Yeah, for us this one, it is a local variety. It's not hybrid.
You
This-
have planted it deeper.
Yes.
It's not like the tomatoes.
No, it's
So
not
why
like
is that.
that. It's because of the size.
The size of
The size of the seedling.
seedling.
Yes.
Okay.
When we took it from the nursery,
Yes.
it was slightly overgrown.
Okay.
So we decided to go it at a bit deeper.
So did you use any fertilizer or it's still delicate
No,
as
it's
tomatoes?
still delicate as tomatoes. You don't.
So
You see what we normally do
Yes.
as this is agribusiness.
Yes.
So when you want to apply fertilizer at the same time you are planting, one, you'll use a lot of labor.
Yes.
Then you'll not achieve that excellency in application of fertilizer.
Yes.
But when you give the crop, you see this crop is still young.
Yes.
And the leaves or the plant tissues, they have not yet adapted. They need to absorb the nutrients.
Yes.
So what we normally do, because you are taking it from a media, either
Yes.
cocoa peat
Exactly.
or vermiculite, so you introduce it in the soil.
In the soil.
When you introduce it in the soil, you give it time like 1 week. After 1 week, then this crop has adapted the environment. Now it is growing. After 1 week, now you can give it fertilizer. It will absorb the fertilizer little by little.
Mr. Dennis,
Yes.
I understand that most of the seedlings, when they are done in greenhouses,
Yes.
and now you are coming to plant in an open land.
Yes.
Any challenge or any advantage of that?
Okay, the advantages, what
Yes.
I will say, the advantages
Yes.
is the percentage of germination
Or in the nursery?
in the nursery.
Yes.
Then the vigor of the crop.
Yes.
When you are growing, you have a healthy
Yes.
seedling.
Yeah.
It will not disturb you in terms of diseases,
Yes.
in terms of nutrients deficiency.
Yes.
No. Now
So
this,
it was a clean seedling.
it is a clean seedling,
Okay.
clean of pests and diseases. And that's why I said earlier,
Yeah.
it prefers with the farmer the place of propagation will take it.
And does every seedling that you use here survive or some die?
Okay,
Yes.
let me say 98 to 97% will survive.
Survive.
Okay, there are a few which will die because of damage. Maybe the engine broke out, then you do not apply, you not do the irrigation on time. Okay, there are some that die, but they don't just die like a half of it. No.
Yeah.
Okay, there are those some that will die. Maybe because they are being introduced in the soil, we have cutworms. We'll find 2 or 3 have
Died because of
yeah,
cutworm.
because of cutworms
So
and so on. But
that
like,
is the normal challenges of the
those
soil
are just
pests
normal
and
challenges.
diseases.
Yes.
But the crop from the, you can advise the farmer to grow their seedlings then
To the propagation unit, to the greenhouses, it is
best.
safe. You'll get the best seedlings ever.
Okay, Mr. Dennis, I think we can proceed to the next crop.
Yes.
I don't know what stage it is.
Okay, the other crop, the other side and this one, they are just of the same space.
They are the same crop.
Yes, we planted on the same day.
And you haven't even told us about the variety of the capsicum.
This variety
Yes.
is a local one.
Yes.
I've not really captured the name, but
Yes.
it's not hybrid.
It's not a hybrid.
It's not hybrid.
Okay. You have measured much on tomatoes and capsicum. Since you have a good market on that.
No, we are doing what we are only doing what we call crop rotation.
Yes.
And for now,
Yes.
we have measured on capsicum and cabbages. Capsicum, tomatoes, and cabbages. Although we are doing onion,
Yes.
but not now. You see, we are trying to catch up ourselves with the plants.
Okay.
Some of the challenges I've been talking about the seedling, you see, but about irrigation. But now when you see the other side, you see the crop is good. But when you see here, because of irrigation, you see now, those are some of the challenges and they are normal to farmers.
And is your type of irrigation uniform to the crop?
Yes.
It is uniform.
It is
You're
uniform.
sure of that?
I'm sure of that.
Yes.
It only depends with the preparation of the land.
Yes.
Now you see like there somewhere there you see here. Because how come there is water,
Yes.
and here there is no water. It was irrigated on the same day.
Yes.
Yeah. Then you see the challenges of we use local. These just local workers, not really trained.
Yes. Because I'm trying to get everywhere there is moisture.
Yeah.
That means every crop is getting water.
And as I said earlier,
Yes.
our soils are the challenges we face, and we talk to them.
So you have planted capsicum around 1 hectare.
Around almost 1 hectare. Yeah, 1 hectare.
Can you estimate the number of seedlings you use in 1 hectare?
Not really. Not really.
How many trays per? Because I believe you do it in trays.
Yes, we do in trays.
Yeah.
Like here, I used you say 64 trays.
64 trays.
Yes.
So it is 64 times 4, 442.
No, we have different trays.
You have different trays.
Yeah, for this capsicum, it's not 442.
It's not the same for
It's not the
cabbage.
same for cabbage. No, it depends with where you get your propagation.
Okay, so
We have the white trays that hold 462.
462.
Then we have some small, those on the black. I think I will show them over.
Okay. I can see you have done your weeding. You're doing your weeding on,
Yeah, I'll be doing my weeding here.
on cabbage.
Yes.
So you're planting 2 seedlings in one.
Okay, initially, what people normally do,
Yes.
they just plant one line
Yes.
in one column. But
You're
we
alternating. I understand this type of.
yes, we this
These
is
are
just a
zigzag
trial.
pattern.
We have never done it like this.
So it's
People,
a trial.
yeah, people normally do it on a small portion. But
Yes.
what we decided, we said because we need a lot of vegetables, we need the number of plants in the land to be in the farm to be many. So we decided to do those 2 lines.
So tell us about your spacing. The intervals.
The spacing is like 40 to 45.
40 to 45.
Yeah, 40
Which
to
variety is this?
This is Gloria F1.
It's Gloria.
Gloria F1. Although it's mixed up. It's
Mixed
mixed up
up
from the nursery. We don't know the variety, but it's mixed up.
It was mixed up.
It was mixed up,
a
but
mistake.
it is Gloria F1. That
But
is
yours
what
was
we
Gloria.
yes.
Okay, the spacing is 45. I can see it's here, maybe 40 to 45.
40
here.
to 45.
What about here? This one looks more closer.
That one like 15 centimeters apart.
15. Won't it affect the head?
Okay,
of the crop?
what we thought,
Yes.
we say if this plant here
Yes.
will grow up,
Yes.
then the head will advise itself, because this is what we are using. For example, if this is the size of the head,
Yes.
then this one will take this size like this,
Okay.
then this one will take this size like that's
So
what
this is the zigzag pattern.
yes.
Okay. Looks interesting. That's a good one. Maybe we will come later and check the heads, and we will advise our farmer from there about the pattern.
But if maybe we had many seeds.
So the trial is here. The zigzag pattern
No,
is here.
the whole
The whole farm.
the whole farm,
Okay.
the whole farm.
Wow.
Yes.
So, Mr. Dennis, have you applied any kind of chemical
Yes.
at
This
this
crop,
stage? Yes.
this crop is
Yes.
1 month old.
Yes.
That is, let us say 5 to 6 weeks.
Yes.
Well,
5
5 to 6 weeks.
That is
Yes,
more than a month.
More than a month.
Yes.
As I've said earlier, we plant. Then after 1 week, 2 weeks, we come in. For cabbages, like 2 weeks, we did our first application. That is, we mixed CN
Yes.
and DAP. Okay, with the cabbages,
Yeah.
they don't require that much like the tomatoes, because we are just after the head size.
The head size.
Because the cost of production with
Yes.
the cabbages is not that really higher than like the cost of production for the tomatoes.
How many kgs of DAP?
I used, let us say 200.
200 exactly.
200.
Standard
200.
for
Yeah.
DAP in cabbage.
A bit weak,
Yes.
I might boost it with another CN for the sake of nitrogen.
Yes.
But when the vigor of the crop is good, there is no need. I'll just do foliar fertilizers,
Yes.
then for the sake of nitrogen.
Any kind of chemical? You
Okay.
didn't have any challenge about pests and diseases?
Okay, I had here,
Yes.
I had some challenges of cutworms.
Cutworms.
Yes, I used lambda-cyperhalothrin,
Yes.
that is dudutrin,
Yes.
for the cutworms.
Yes.
Then there is, because we planted this crop during the dry season,
Yes.
so we did not experience any
Diseases.
diseases. But during irrigation,
Yes.
because of the slope of the land,
Yes.
you will find that there's an area like this portion here, it holds a lot of water.
Yes.
Now you have to do some fungicide I used Coldazim. Coldazim, I think, is a product from Amiran, to
Yes.
prevent rooting of the roots.
Okay.
Yes, that is the rhizoctonia and all that.
Yeah, rhizoctonia.
Yes.
So at this stage, Mr. Dennis, you still doing your weeding manual?
Yes,
Don't
I'm
use-
still doing my weeding manually.
Yes.
Sometimes we avoid to do the chemical thing because sometimes it can interfere with the crop, the
Yes.
growth of the crop. Okay, it's good.
Yes.
During the rain season,
Yes.
you can use the herbicide.
Herbicide.
But during this dry season, we just do the manual weeding, and then they suppress the weeds.
So you don't feel it's expensive for you as a farmer?
Okay, sometimes it's expensive, but now it depends with the land preparation. For this crop, for this land,
Yes.
we only did the primary. Okay, it had another crop, but we only did the primary, then we did the planting.
Okay.
So the manual weeding will help to break those hard bands, then to at least to improve the aeration of the soil.
So are you expecting a bigger head or a bigger, small, medium head or a small head on your
I'm
crop?
expecting a bigger head.
You're expecting
A bigger head, yes. If I achieve the medium, it's also good, but my expectation is for the bigger head because of the market.
Maybe we can't predict now because, as you have said, it's a new trial.
Yeah, it's a new trial.
So
It's a new
you
trial.
usually do it
Just one
row.
line.
Yeah.
Just one line.
And now you've decided to do.
Yes.
Yeah, this one seems to be having more seedlings in the field, or
Yes.
not having more
Then
plants.
we also projected,
Yes.
like we projected in the next like few months
Yes.
there will be no vegetables, like maybe the cabbages. Most people have not done the
Not
planting,
done the
so we did that as usual. Mostly farmers, you normally do that when you focus ahead.
So you have taken that advantage.
We are taking that advantage.
That,
We know that
okay,
by the God's
you're
grace we
predicting
get
the season. Okay, like maybe we can proceed to the runner beans. I can see your runner beans. You are in the removal stage. So let's see what you've done. Maybe you can tell us something about what you have been doing with your runner beans. And runner beans seems to be a crop for export market.
Yes.
So you're doing it for export or local market?
We do it for export.
For export market.
For export. Okay, what we have done,
Yes.
we contracted a company.
Yes.
Then they gave us the contract
Yes.
to do the runners for them.
The runner beans.
Okay, this is an old block.
Yes.
We have already done with the harvesting.
Yeah.
Yes.
You're done with the harvesting.
We have done with the harvesting. Now this crop is to be removed out.
To be removed. What variety is this?
Equator.
Equator.
Yes.
Oh. And you seem to have a lot of white flies.
Lot of white flies. Because I've not done any spray. So what I'm supposed to do is just to remove this crop,
Yes.
to avoid the spread of these white flies to the tomatoes or
Okay.
the capsicum.
Of the capsicum.
Yes.
So when are you doing? When are you planning to do your removal?
In the course of the week.
Because of the week you're doing your removal.
Because of the week I'll do my removal.
So how many, maybe kgs, or I can call them tons?
We normally harvest, okay, it depends.
Yes.
We have done this crop during the dry season,
Yes.
and during the dry season, it does not really, the output is not that really much because
Yes.
the irrigation system,
There was
challenges in irrigation. Okay,
water.
during the dry season, we get like 15 tons per hectare.
Yes.
50, this is 0.8.
0.8.
Yes, 15 tons.
The whole
The whole crop.
0.8.
But for us, we got like 10.
For 10 tons.
10 tons here. Then we close the crop. But during the rain season,
Yes.
you can go up to 30.
30 tons.
30, 20.
So due to irrigation challenges, you've gone half.
Yes,
Half loss.
Yes, half loss. That is. Then you see,
Seems a bit
the challenge is because of the sun, the temperature.
Yes.
And you see this crop, when it's not harvested on time,
Yes.
seed.
To seeds.
And when it seeds,
Yes.
it's not to be, cannot be exported.
Mr. Dennis, I can't see any type of lighting here.
So for equator,
For
we
equator.
don't use extra lighting.
So the variety doesn't need
The variety
lighting.
doesn't need lighting.
Okay.
Yes.
So you can advise a farmer who can't afford lighting to do runner beans
You can do runner beans
with equator
with
variety.
equator variety.
Wow.
Then the cost of production is very cheap compared to the tomatoes.
Yes.
The only thing a farmer should source for, the support,
The support.
the sticks for support.
If you have the market of runner beans, you can do it even without lighting.
You can
That
do
is
it
the
without
equator
lighting.
variety.
Yeah, that's the equator variety.
Okay.
Yes. You only contract a company, then you get the
Yes.
contract.
Yes.
You follow the terms and conditions. Then you do a runner beans. It has a good output. I think a kilo of runner beans is going at 80 shillings.
80 shillings.
At the lowest size.
Wow.
That's the agreement, 80 shillings. You have your 5 tons, you have 400,000.
Yeah.
And all other conditions make constant, because when you say labor, I don't think it's going to cost you more than 100,000.
Wow.
Not really.
Not really.
So I could advise farmers,
Yes.
if there is a farmer outside there who wants to join business,
Yes.
the agri-business,
Yes.
you can do runner beans into 1 hectare land,
Yes.
a half an hectare. It will still give you an output and will still boost your output.
So, Mr. Dennis, apart from irrigation,
Yes.
what other challenges do you experience during
Pests.
your crop? Because your crop is now
Pests.
pests. What pests? White flies.
White flies and thrips.
and thrips.
Yes.
So your challenges.
And during the dry season,
Yes.
we have what we call the succulent mites.
Yes.
They are also really a challenge. And you see, for exports,
Yes.
you don't really just spray.
Spray. Yes.
Now that's where the challenge comes in.
Yes.
You have to spray
the right chemical.
the right chemical
Yes.
with the short pHI.
Exactly.
Now that becomes a challenge
That
to
becomes
manage
a
the
challenge.
the pests.
So how did you control your pests? Especially white flies, because the only pest now I can maybe see here is the white flies.
Okay, what we normally do,
Yes.
when the crop is still young,
Yes.
you do some product, we call it PPE, PPL list.
Yes, the
Yeah,
PPL.
the PPL list.
Yes.
Every company has its own PPL.
Yeah,
so you have
exactly.
those those strong chemicals. You use them when the crop is still young.
Yes.
Then you can control, you can manage the pest.
For your training, you have really trained my farmers, and I'm sure most of them will opt for agribusiness, especially on runner beans. I'm sure so many farmers wanted to runner beans because of the expenses of lighting. But now you have told them that in Victoria you can do without lighting. Okay, you can subscribe to my YouTube channel, that is Mary Ndanze. You can follow me on LinkedIn, Mary Ndanze, Facebook, Mary Ndanze, or Instagram. Thank you and see you next time. Bye.